So I'm excited to share and announce the launch of Amazon Nova, which are our new state-of-the-art foundation models that deliver frontier intelligence and industry-leading price performance.
Welcome everyone to your channel, AI Fun Fact for All. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Pedro Magan. I have a PhD in computer science and I have a knowledge in AI and machine learning. And in this video, we talk about these topics and see how we can use it in our everyday life to maximize it. In this video, I'm going to talk about Amazon. We haven't heard about this company for a while when we have seen a lot of progress in AI in lots of other competitors. But right now, we're going to see Nova, their competitor to ChatGPT, and also how they are using it in order to integrate into their ecosystem through Rufus and lots of other interesting ideas that they have for future. So without further ado, let's jump right. So the first one I want to talk about is Nova, their frontier model that's going to compete head to head with lots of other big tech like Google with Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, and so on. But what they are trying to showcase as their edge or competitive advantage that they have is the price of it. So when we look at this article that they actually released in December this year, so they mentioned that they are creating this new generation AI model, but what is happening is that they have around 1,000 generative AI application inside their ecosystem. So as you know, AWS is the place that lots of these companies actually go in order to use these AI applications. So they mentioned that they have this bird's eye view of what is happening. And then Rohit Parksad, actually the SVP of Amazon AI Intelligence, says that the Amazon and Nova are intended to help with these challenges and basically the external ability to provide compelling intelligence and content while also delivering meaningful progress in latency, cost effectiveness, customization, information gathering, and agentic capabilities. So they already know what are the problem in the current bedrock, and then they're trying to address it by these in-house AI model that actually provide a very good performance. Let's take a look at the video together.
The first is Micro, which is a text-only model, which means you feed it text and it outputs text. It's laser fast, very cost effective, and our internal builders are really enjoying it for a lot of their simple tasks. And then we have three flavors of multimodal models. And so multimodal models, you can input text or image or video and you output text. And so each of these are in ascending order of size and intelligence. The Micro, Lite, and Pro models are generally available today. The Premier model will be available in the Q1 timeframe. If you compare it to GPT-4o, it's equal or better on 17 of the 20 benchmarks. It's equal or better on 16 of the 21 benchmarks versus Gemini. The very best model in this class of models is Sonnet V2 3.5. But even here you can see that our Pro model is equal or better on about half of those, and on the ones that are not, it's very competitive. And you're going to like the cost and the latency characteristics here.
Right off the bat, as you can see when they're showing this benchmark, you'll see that their goal was not to get the best performance. There are a couple of other models that have been developed before and actually have a better performance or rates. But what they are trying to target in here is basically the cost effectiveness and also the easiness of the deployment. When you want to work on something and have the infrastructure and also the language models both in the same place, it actually streamlined the whole process and make it a lot easier for the engineers to use them. But that's not all. That was just for large language model portion that they provide in 4 different tiers. They also have some interesting project in the image by the Nova basically canvas. And so this one actually provide a good result in image generation, and it is going to be useful in lots of application, but more importantly inside the Amazon shop, which we will get back to that later in the video.
First is Amazon Nova Canvas, which is our state-of-the-art image generation model. And so Canvas, it allows you to input natural language text, get images back, They're beautiful images. They're studio quality images. We tried to benchmark it versus some of the other state-of-the-art players in this space. In this case, we picked, typically what people consider the two leaders here, which are, you'll see DALL-E 3 and Stable Diffusion 3.5. And we benchmarked on the two variables that matter most, which is image quality and instruction following. And you can see that Canvas outperforms both of them on both those dimensions.
On the next part, we have Amazon Nova Reel, which is actually their try into the video generation. And now this is again, if you look at the videos, they look AI still, but it is competing well with the well-known approaches in current market.
And so we're excited to announce the launch of Amazon Nova Reel, which is our state-of-the-art video generation model. So again, with Reel, it's studio quality video. It's really stunning videos that you can create. It gives you full control of the camera, lets you have motion control, lets you do panning, it lets you do 360-degree rotation and zoom. It also has built-in AI controls for safe AI, including watermarking and content moderation. We'll launch it with the ability to do 6-second videos, which works really well for a lot of marketing and advertising.
And then talk about the next future of is Nova, which is basically a speech-to-speech, and also any-to-any, which is basically converting, for example, a speech to an image, or for example, a video and convert it to a string or basically a language model, which is can be used in the concept of the, for example, transcript. So they are also working on this, and they said that these are something that they are considering for near future.
The first is that in the Q1 timeframe, we anticipate giving you a speech-to-speech model, which will allow you to input speech and get speech back very fluent, very fast. And then around mid-year, we're going to give you an any-to-any model. So this is really multimodal to multimodal. So you'll be able to input text, speech, images, or video, and output text, speech, images, and video. This is the future of how frontier models are going to be built and consumed, and we're really looking forward to giving this to you.
Amazon has a very close collaboration with Anthropic, and they are actually trying to work to develop the frontier model. This is their in-house version, and we saw lots of great projects from Anthropic, the Claude, which is actually top of the line in the frontier models.
Occasionally need to contact customer service. The vast majority of them prefer to do it in a self-service way so they can do it quickly and take care of it themselves. And we had built a chatbot many years ago, and it of course used machine learning, but it had static decision trees, and the customers had to enter a lot of words before you got answers. So a couple of years ago, we rebuilt this using generative AI. And so now it's much easier for customers. So imagine I ordered an item a couple days ago, I get on the chatbot, the new chatbot, we know who you are, that you ordered a couple days ago, what you ordered, where you live, and we can predict in this model, if you're contacting us just a couple days later, that you might be contacting us about a return. We have about 2 million sellers who sell in our retail store worldwide. It's over 60% of the units that we now sell. And the way they get a product onto the website is they have to fill out this very long form. And the reason that there are so many fields is we're trying to make it easy for our customers to navigate and understand what the products are. But it's a lot of work for sellers. And so we rebuilt a tool, we basically built a brand new tool using generative AI such that now sellers only have to enter a few words, or they can take a picture, or they can point to a URL, and then the tool fills in a lot of those attributes. It's much, much easier for sellers.
So very important part in here is the personalization aspect. They have access to lots of data from the customers, and they can actually keep track of the history and purchases of the customers, and they can provide unique value through this customer satisfaction and the customer service, so the user actually can get what they are looking for basically completely related, so they don't require any additional information. That's basically kind of an in-house version of the RAG pipeline. So since Amazon already have this big, massive amount of user base and lots of data, they can actually provide value instantly, giving this basically models by using the knowledge of their basically basic users and try to provide information personalized to them. But that's not all. They also have help with their sellers. Next, he'll talk about their warehouses and the robotics and how it is used in order to power up their infrastructure in selling. And I think in their scale, this is actually very incredible, and improving their result via AI gonna give them a lot of competitive advantage. Let's take a look at the video together.
Inventory management. So think about the scale of the problem we have to solve in our retail business. We have over 1,000 different buildings, or nodes as we call them, and everything we do is optimized to get the right product in a fulfillment center or building close to the end customer to save on transportation time, which means we get it to you faster and we do it for lower cost. And so that means at any one point, we have to understand what's in that fulfillment center, what's the inventory levels of each item, which items are being ordered and at what rate. Do we have more capacity in that fulfillment center? Do we need to move inventory around to other fulfillment centers to balance the network?
Rufus was something that Amazon actually talked about it before, and not a lot of customers actually really understand the benefit, but I truly believe it is going to be a very game-changing in terms of a personal assistance for shopping. It knows what you already want. It can capture the information and find what you're looking for very easily. For example, let's say you find a product somewhere and you can take a picture of it and find the product online. It can, for example, get the information that you're looking for very fast, for example, order ID and so many other things. So given this conversation and being your assistant is actually very helpful, and I think it will decrease the resistance on buying and will have a very good benefit for Amazon. These are like very interesting topics of how AI can actually be helpful. Let's take a look at the video together.
Let's start with Rufus, which is our shopping agent. So if you're going to buy an item and you know what you want, I would argue that there isn't a better experience than ordering it on Amazon, having it shipped very quickly to your home. However, if you don't know what you want and you're trying to decide, you can obviously do it at Amazon. Many of you do, bless you and thank you for doing that. However, and you do it through browse nodes, and you do it through recommendations that we make, and you do it through customer reviews. But there's something nice when you don't know what you want about going into a physical store and asking the salesperson, telling them what you're thinking about and having them ask narrowing questions. So with Rufus, you can go to any product detail page, and instead of going through the plethora of information on that detail page, you can ask any question, and Rufus will answer it really quickly. Rufus will make comparisons for you across products and categories. It'll make recommendations. You can make you can ask really broad questions for recommendations, and it'll ask narrowing questions, so it gets at really what your intent is.
There are also so many other benefits because Amazon is a combination of so many other products. It can have benefits on Alexa, which is basically the generative model for their in-house products. They have talked about Amazon Lens, as I talked about, like how they can look for products and find it inside their shop system. It can work with sizing. Look at, for example, what when you're purchasing a product or clothes, it can look at, for example, your purchases and then find which size is actually the best for you. So it basically kind of reduces the amount of time that you need to return the product. And then obviously for their Amazon Prime Video, they can basically automatically detect the area of interest and actually show you where you should look at, which I think is an additional benefit for real-time computation of this. Let's take a look at the video together.
If you look at what we're doing in Prime Video, we have a very deep partnership with the NFL. We've built something together over the years called Next Gen Stats, and we collect 500 million data points every season. And then we've built AI models on top of that. And so you can see some of the features we've built. We've built something called Defensive Alerts, which shows you which defensive player might blitz the quarterback, puts a circle around it.
And there you have it, guys. We went over Amazon advancement in large language models and how they are integrated AI into their ecosystem and how it is going to be helpful and useful for their business and the customers overall. Now, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it, and also more importantly, subscribe to the channel so you get more information like this. Now, if you have any comments about different parts of this video, let me know in the comment and I will try to answer it. If you enjoyed this type of content, make sure to watch this video that I created before. It's about NVIDIA and how the Jason Huang actually thinking about the future and how it's gonna look like. Or you can watch this video which I talk about Meta and how they are thinking about the development and also democratizing this AI. These are different basically perspectives that these companies have and they're changing the future. Thanks for watching until the end of the video, and see you until the next one.